Sometimes we add lace and trims like this to decorate our projects. And today I'm going to show you how I make this trim, actually with scraps. I can cut my scraps into squares, small squares, 1.5 inch squares, 2 inches squares, and use them to make this trim. That's what I did. With this, a bias tape, a random bias tape, I actually can use this to decorate my plain item like this. Of course, normal trimmings, we will get trimmings like that and we can also decorate. But I thought this also looks very good. And today I'm going to show you how I make this trim with scraps like this. So what are the material you will need? You will need a strip of fabric like this. Here I use a bias tape that turn in both ends. You see, a bias tape turn in both ends. You can also make your own strips, however wide you want, depending on what the trim, how big the trim you want. So you can, for me, I'm just going to show you with this bias tape because it already has this turn in. So I have 2 edges that has no raw edges. And then you need squares of fabric. Cut your scraps into small squares of 1.5 inches or 2 inches wide. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold the squares this way, and that's where you get the triangle. And then we are going to sew from the inside. This is the inside of the bias tape. So we're going to place them this way and sew, and then another one and sew. So you can push it in depending on how much of this triangle you want jutting out. So this will be the wrong side, and then after sewing, this will be the right side. So I will sew. This is just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sew like this, and I will make another one, another square this way, and then sew it all along here to make the trimming that looks like this. That's how I got this. Yes? So I fold this into a triangle and place it onto the strip. Lift up my presser foot so that the presser foot will hold it, and notice that the bobbin thread I use is blue because my strip is blue. So it's blue, so to match it. The top thread doesn't matter because I have so many colors here. So I just use white, but the bobbin thread is where it will show this side. So this is what I have made. So when we have all these, they could be extras jutting out, right? So what is jutting out, we will just trim it off and cut it off so that from this side we don't see any of this. So we cut off all those extra fabric that is coming out, can be seen through the front. We cut them off, and then we will have our trimmings. So this is after I've cut. This is the wrong side. I've cut out all the extra so that from the right side you won't see any trimming. Notice we can also use thin materials like the chiffon, silk, and fold. Then you have thinner folded fabric here. So I'm using this chiffon here. You can see it's a thinner fabric. The green is a thinner fabric. So to use up our scraps.